Saquon Barkley of the New York Giants spoke to media on Thursday for the first time since signing his amended franchise tag and reporting to New York Giants training camp in time for the start of practice on Wednesday. Ed Valentine of Big Blue View here with Valentine's views on some of what Barkley said to the media on Thursday. Listen, I know this is a topic that Saquon Barkley's tired of talking about. He's tired of being asked about. Unfortunately, it's not going to go away because he's only on a 1-year deal. And this is all going to circle back up again next year as well. But in all honesty, I thought that Saquon handled Thursday about as well as he could have. He kept saying that he had an epiphany after lots of reports that he was considering holding out, that he might skip regular season games. He admitted that those things were part of his thought process, but that his epiphany was that sitting out really wasn't going to change anything. The only impact he could have was to show up, be there for his teammates, play the games, try to prove to the Giants, try to prove to the NFL that he's worth more than the franchise tag, that running backs are worth more than they're being paid in the NFL right now, and said he couldn't impact those things by sitting on the sideline, by just watching games, by holding out, by losing the money that he would have gotten on the franchise, on the franchise tag. And when push comes to shove, Barkley came off as a young man, and he's still a young man. I think he's still 26 years old, who just loves to play football. He didn't want to not play football when the opportunity to play was there, when the opportunity to be around teammates that he cares about, an organization that he cares about, coaches that he cares about. He didn't want to sit home and miss out on what he thinks could be a good season for the New York Giants. Listen, it's very, very obvious. I asked Barkley if he felt he had gotten respect from the Giants, something that he said multiple times during the negotiation was something that he wanted. And he said yes, because he got to look Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll in the eye, express how he felt. The two sides worked on an agreement. They couldn't come to an agreement, but Barkley said at this point they've been able to put that aside and move on. So he did say he felt like he got respect from the organization. I think that, as I said, Barkley's just a young man who wants to play football. He said, in answer to my question, he said, it sucks when you realize how much of a business the NFL is. And look, it's absolutely a business. It's one of the biggest businesses in the world. The business doesn't care about Saquon Barkley. The Giants fan base cares about Saquon Barkley. The business of the NFL only cares about the t-shirts that Saquon Barkley can sell for it. The business of the NFL will chew Saquon Barkley up and spit him out in a second. Barkley wouldn't be the first player to have that happen. Won't be the last player to have it happen either. It's just the way that it is. The business is far bigger than any individual player. Barkley obviously not happy about the devaluation of the running back market. Obviously, he said it would be a flat out lie if he wasn't disappointed that he and the Giants weren't able to come to a long-term deal, but said that in the end, he realized after talking to some people, after listening to veteran players, that he had to put the negativity, he had to put the bad feelings aside and just play. Just do what he does best. Do what he loves to do was the only way he was going to be able to prove anything. Words weren't going to prove anything. The deed of sitting out wasn't going to gain him any leverage. speaking of leverage, he admitted, he said that he thought the franchise tag is what really prevented the Giants from, and Barkley's side, from reaching a long-term deal. I think simply because it really gave the Giants a number where they could cap negotiations and say, look, we're just not going any farther because we have this at our disposal. Barkley really didn't get a lot of questions about the future, about what might happen a year from now. He seemed to hope that a good year would lead to the Giants maybe offering him a bigger contract or someone offering him a multi-year deal. But he said he couldn't predict the future, and that's absolutely true. Listen, this is going to come up again at the end of the 2023 season. The Giants have the franchise tag, which would be $12.1 million next year, at their disposal. No one should be surprised if they use it again. No one should be surprised if they hardball Saquon, least of all Saquon. I think he's hopeful, he's optimistic. I still think that maybe he didn't realize that the depressed market, the devalued market, would come around and really impact him. I think he thought that maybe he would be an exception to the rule, but he obviously isn't. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, as Barkley said, hopefully he has a good year, proves on the field once again that he's still a great player, that he can still contribute to a winning effort. And we'll see what happens a year from now. But at least for now, the situation is more or less put to bed. Barkley seems to be happy enough. He seems to be enjoying being on the field, and hopefully he'll help the Giants to a winning season. Listen, Barkley spoke to Giants media for about 13 minutes on Thursday. If you want to hear an expanded version of some of my thoughts on this, check out the Big Blue View Radio Network Valentine's Views podcast, which should be live early on Friday morning. I'll have a few more thoughts on this, as well as the full audio from Saquon's press conference for you guys to listen to. All right, Giants fans, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Show us some love, and also please stay safe out there. Take care of each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.